Welcome to Young and Finch, the podcast created by Korean millennials. All right, welcome back to Young and Finch, guys. My name is Brian, and for today's episode, we're going to talk about some of our party/club or any fun stories from going out, and just kind of remember the pre-COVID days. It's been a minute since we went out and did something, but let's just go back to memory lane and just dig up some of any memories that we have. So with that being said, what's going on, gentlemen? How you guys doing? It's been a hot minute since we since we met up or did anything together, but yeah, what's happening?
Yeah, and they just recently announced the news for the 2 weeks extension on top of the 4 weeks.
So
So I think it'd be a perfect time to, like Brian said, reminiscence about our past. I guess
it's a good time,
quote unquote crazy. Sorry.
Not a good time to be living in Ontario at the moment.
But
or Quebec.
We're trying to provide some positivity, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For the people. So let's see if we can facilitate that and crack some jokes, you know what I'm saying?
Let's get it.
Man, I can't remember the last time I went out to drink or to party.
Yeah.
It just feels so long now.
I just tried to think of a moment and I couldn't. You're right. That's crazy.
Yeah. Should we start from the beginning?
Sure. I got a question.
So,
I got a question to start off us with.
what?
So, do you guys remember the first time you guys drank? And how was that?
Oh, yeah. I remember mine.
Yeah, go ahead.
The first time I drank was when I was in university in first year, during residence, during what we called it as Frosh Week, which was like the first week of university. Yeah. And everyone was like partying it up, everyone was like getting acquainted with the floors and things like that. And yeah, I just remember trying alcohol for the first time and I got super fucked.
What'd you drink?
I think I had the Smirnoff. I don't know. Everyone like brought their own shit. And I had like Smirnoff, like beer, like
Vodka?
Yeah.
Oh, I just had everything.
Yeah, just
The
had
ice.
everything. Yeah.
True.
No, not the ice. What the? I'll probably get fucked with ice nowadays, anyways.
Yeah, that's true. Me too.
But yeah, that was probably my first time, and I got fucked.
Nice.
But it was good times. It was fun times. I was like, this is what drunk feels like. I'm down. What about you guys?
I think me and Andrew probably started drinking around the same time because we went to uni together and we started Frosh together. So probably around the same time for me. I had beer before and stuff like that, but I never like drank, and it wasn't until I got to uni and linked up with some Korean homies and then had some like house parties, and that's where like the soju broke out and the beer and then the hard liquor and then so many blurry nights.
But you don't remember the first time you drank?
The first time, I think it was in our dorm room when we went to our one friend's place, and he had vodka and orange juice, and we were like, we never drank before, and then he's like, yo, let's drink, and then he made us vodka and orange juice and I think a Jaeger bomb. Do you remember?
Was I there?
Yeah, it was at
No, because I remember... Oh, docs. Sorry.
no, we cut that out, but
I remember the first time I drank, and I specifically remember what I drank.
what'd you drink?
For me, it was vodka, the Smirnoff apple flavor.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember, Josh? You were there too.
Nah, bro, we drank in dorm before that.
No. But that was no. I'm pretty sure that was the first time I drank,
Nah.
and I got fucked because I was like, oh, this doesn't taste that bad, and I had 6 or 7 shots.
That was your go-to after. Every time I went to LCBO, Andrew'd be like, let me get the green apple vodka.
Nah, dude. After I got fucked, I stopped drinking that because it brought bad memories. Because I died afterwards. Maybe it was vodka and orange juice, but from what I remember, it was Smirnoff apple flavor vodka. So I don't drink that anymore. Sorry.
So was that the first time you guys got drunk? Was that time?
That actually, now that I think about it, that might have been the day, like the same day.
Yeah.
Because maybe we preed at a dorm and went to another place.
Like all I
afterwards.
remember was like the first time we drank was at our friend's house.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the time where I drank.
Like that's when we like had kogi and shit, and then we just got like shit faced. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the time I drank
Sounds like a vibe.
apple vodka.
Yeah. That was like the first time we got drunk. Like
True.
plastered.
Okay, true. Anyways,
What about the first time you guys went clubbing?
Oh.
I think the first time it was probably with you, Josh.
Yeah.
For me,
Probably.
I think we went to the York University
Yeah.
Korean one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I think that was the first one.
Yeah. So with most universities, there's like a Korean student association.
Not anymore. Back then.
Yeah, back then.
Back
and
in our
back
days.
then it was really hot. Like for Korean people, like those like the events that they prepared for like the once a year clubbing events, those were like big. And it was like sometime in like first or second year, and then it was like a big Yuxa event for York, and then I think that was our first time. I still remember walking in and then hearing the fucking bass go. I felt in my chest. I was like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm about to get lit.
Back then, it was
Shit was
really
crazy.
popping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good first memorable experience for clubbing, at least.
It was crazy because it was like it was like all Korean people. Right?
Yeah,
I was like, what?
I mean, never
This
experienced that
existed?
before. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Brian, what about you?
First time for me was probably like second year of university. I don't remember exactly where. I think it was one of the downtown clubs in Toronto. It was like called Lexi or something.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
Luxie?
Luxie's is in Scarborough, bro.
Lexi, I think. They don't have it anymore, but yeah, it's Lexi. Yeah, I don't remember much from that night.
Too many drinks.
I just remember bright lights, a lot of music, a lot of people. It was just like jam packed.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably how
Yeah.
clubbing is forever, everywhere.
Nah,
Yeah.
not Rebel. Rebel's pretty chills. There's a
Man,
lot more space there, but Lexi was just
Yo,
like jam
Rebel's-
packed.
Rebel, if you go to the main stage though, it's so grimy. In the
Like
the center
The center?
of the venue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Rebel is kind of like the only large nightclub.
Yeah.
It's pretty
In
lit
Toronto?
though. It's huge.
It's like down by the pier, but it's a good time, I think. But you ever go to like the top floor where it's like VIP and then it gets cut open so you can see everyone
Yeah.
down in the center, right? When you're in the center, you're like it's lit, and then when you go up to the top and look down, you just see like everyone just standing and squirming and like looking at each other. I'm like, if you think about clubbing, like if you really think about it, it's such like a weird social dynamic because everyone's drunk, but everyone's also like kind of like uncomfortable and awkward.
Yeah, but that's where the
Yeah,
that's
alcohol
kinda
kicks
fun.
in, right?
Exactly. And like, woo!
And nobody gives a fuck. It's like everyone's just having a good time. Like, you know,
That's a joke.
it's fun trying to maneuver through that with like a drink in your hand and you're like spilling drinks everywhere and everyone's like dressed and
The
like
floor is all
clothes
sticky and shit.
the floor is all
So nasty.
Oh man,
Down, though.
good.
Yo,
times.
imagine going now with COVID and shit, bro. Like, can you imagine the difference?
I mean, that's the thing. I just can't imagine like being in a situation where I'm that close to people, that many people
Yeah.
in one
Yeah.
time, right?
Yeah.
But
Plus, we're not that young anymore.
yeah,
So,
Yeah. Let's go get a booth.
oh, I was thinking more of a lounge more than a club. I mean, if you're into younger people, sorry.
hey, there's no age limit for clubbers.
I know.
I've seen some like older people at clubs,
Yeah.
and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, watch me say this
Where?
and then go 10 years later.
Yeah.
Hopefully
We're,
not.
we're like at the we're still in it. We're still
Yeah, I
made the
don't.
cut so
I don't
far.
know. We're older, but we're not like old.
I don't know. Maybe it's because
Yeah.
maybe not for Brian, but like Josh, you and I talk shit about people that are pretty old that go to clubs.
No,
Maybe I did. Maybe it's just me. But
I didn't talk shit about people who were old that went clubbing. I talked shit about people that were like old and then they were like fiending. You know what I mean? Like
I mean, that's
they're,
what
like
clubbing
going
is,
in, like,
pretty much, for the most part. For
Well,
the
no,
most part.
I mean,
for the most part.
you go out to have a good time with your friends, and then they're like
Come on, bro. Let's be honest.
the hunters. You know, the hunter
The
gatherers.
little radars on,
Yeah.
like, scanning the room.
Actually, that reminds me of like the first time I went clubbing. Actually, it was that Yuxa event. I remember because that was again first time I went clubbing ever. So, I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, how do I maneuver in the club? And we went with some youngs, so some older friends. And I remember our one friend was like, "Yo, Josh, this is what you do, okay? You find a girl you think is good looking. You see her dancing. You go up behind her. You start grinding on her. She'll look back at you. You look at her. She'll give you a nod.
Damn.
And then you're good." And I was like, really? That sounds kind of sus. He's like, no, trust me, it works. I was like, all right, whatever.
Sounds
so
like
then
fucking sexual harassment.
So no, hear me out. So we pay our cover, we get our drinks, we go in, and first thing we see is like a group of like 3 or 4 girls, and there was like 3 or 4 of us. And the first, we're like, let's try to, dance with them. So we went up and I tried it. I went up behind and I was like, because I didn't know, it was my first time. And I was like behind her and we started dancing, and then she looked at me and I looked at her, and then she was like, okay. And I was like, okay. And it worked. But that set a precedence because I was like, oh shit, this is how it's done. And then every time after that, it didn't work. And even for me, I was like, internally, I was like, I don't really like the feeling of just going up to someone. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of like not how I do it. So anyways, that first like anomaly,
Yeah. I mean, throughout
Anyways,
the
I
clubbing events that we went to,
yeah.
I think all of us, or not even just all of us, just everyone picks up their own way of maneuvering, if you will.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess you just got to do what you got to do and learn from mistakes and learn what not to do.
Yeah. Definitely learned that's not my vibe.
I think, but honestly, I think that's probably one of the most like common, like not common, but like the most like what's the word I'm looking for?
You see it all the time. Like,
Yeah,
if
like
you
a
go to
lot of
club,
the guys
that's
know.
all the shit that's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
exactly.
fair.
Especially in Easy on the Fifth and fucking Rebel. Those two,
Yeah.
oh my god. Literally, I see it every time I go.
Yeah. And like, I'm guilty of it too, because that's how I started with approaching at clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think I realized that's not the vibe that I like.
Yeah.
But what about you guys? What's your guys' approach? If you guys see a cute girl at the club, what's your move? You're like, hey, I just want to dance with you.
The last time I tried something, she fucking Andrew knows. She fucking I had to buy her a drink and she
What
did.
happened?
So there was this. We were at one of the clubs, Easy on the Fifth, and then I saw one of the girl, and then I like approached her, and then we tried to talk, but it's like fucking loud as fuck, so it's like you don't really hear what anybody's saying. And I don't know why I'm like, okay, want to get a drink, and then I took over to a bar, and then I didn't even realize the fucking drinks are gonna be like fucking $20 a pop. That's like my first time like ever buying and then we ended up getting.
Was it your first time at Easy?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Might have
And
been.
then I bought like
Yeah.
2 like shots each or whatever for like $40. And then literally I gave her the drink, and then she literally stayed for like another 30 seconds, and she's like, oh, like I gotta go, like my friend's waiting for me, and then she like took off. Yeah, I just saw the whole thing.
I saw the whole thing. Sorry.
Yeah,
Brian
that was
got
like
got,
my first.
bro.
It's a
Damn.
pretty common story, but that was like my first experience.
Yo.
Yeah, exactly.
Real talk, it happens to everyone though.
Happens to everybody.
Yeah.
Legit.
Nowadays though, like
So,
I don't know if I would
fucking
fiend
jokes.
at a club, yo. It's so hard to like just do it organically rather than like grinding up on her and like fucking borderline like sexually harassing her and like dancing with her.
Yeah.
Nah, dude.
I mean,
There's
I don't
each has their own way.
So Andrew, what's your way?
No. But before I say, I was just gonna say like it's kind of sucks. Brian didn't have friends that he could go with in his university days to the events that we went to, like Josh and I.
Yeah.
For clubbing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I went, but just not as much as you guys, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think if you went to the same school as us,
As you guys, yeah, it would have been a vibes.
it would
Yeah,
have
of
been more
course.
of a but whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, Brian, weren't you also in like a long-term relationship then? So it's like,
No, I wasn't.
oh, sorry. Snip,
Come on,
snip.
No, but
Sorry.
I mean, we had like clubs at our school. We had like Little John come into like Steve Aoki's concert, Swedish House Mafias. So that was fun times.
That's sick.
Yeah, it was fun. That was good.
It was like an actual rave.
It was like one of those like school hosted like concerts.
Oh, true.
Yeah. I think Steve Aoki came
Nice.
to you guys too. I think he did like a tour.
Steve Aoki came to Toronto.
Oh, was it Toronto? Yeah.
I saw him in Toronto when he did like a guest DJ thing
Oh, okay.
at Toy Box.
Yeah, that was when EDM used to be the shit.
Yo, I still Yeah.
Sorry.
Ooh. Anyways, Andrew, what about you?
Yeah, so for me, I would say I went clubbing frequently in my university days. So in the beginning, I would kind of just try different things and learn what works and what doesn't. So I would.
What have you tried?
Yeah. So let me kind of put down
Build
the
up.
red carpet.
Alright,
You know what I'm saying?
alright.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Put down the red carpet.
Yeah. So I did stuff like what Josh did, just go up and fucking grind on people, and then if
Yeah.
they give you the nod, it's do that. You know, I've done. If there's like a group of girls, just kind of just barge in and be like, "Hey, what's up?" Like kind of all that shit, and just I did that because we would do the bets and shit,
Yeah.
and then
What bets?
like do
Oh,
rock, paper,
yeah,
scissors,
yeah.
and then just
Yeah.
people are like, "If you lose, you do it." I did that, and then
Yeah.
other shit like just a subtle one where if you see someone just standing and just gotta go and say hi. And I think for me, the third option worked the best because it's not creepy and it leaves. I don't know. I'm usually, I would say my first impression is pretty nice overall in terms of just the impression. Like I think I'm a pretty nice looking guy, not like a fiend looking guy.
I think you're a nice looking guy.
Yeah, so I guess I'm not like dangerous or anything. So they
Like you don't look sus.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think I look less. Keep it modest, you know what I'm saying?
You look mad sus right now, though.
Sorry. Anyways, yeah, so I think for me the third option works the best now,
Yeah.
looking back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the approach I would go for too.
Yeah.
if I went now.
Yeah, I don't dance as much as when I was back in first and second year. I don't like dancing, first of all.
Yeah.
And it's just not my type of vibe. Yeah.
Dude, I remember like I saw like people like fucking grinding and like fucking like that like fucking dirty dancing, like people like grabbing each other and shit. I remember just like standing there and like just watching. And I'm like, what the
Yeah, bro,
fuck?
that was me in first and second year.
Yeah.
Actually.
And Brian's in the corner holding his orange juice. He's
I was
like, what's happening?
I was like sipping on my orange juice. I'm like shook.
Bro, but first and second year,
That's fucking jokes.
that shit happens because I don't know. For me, I drank a lot in my second year, especially first year too, but I think more in second year. And you just kind of like second year is the year I blacked out for the first time, right? And
Yeah.
just shit like what you saw at Brian happens because of alcohol, obviously, but
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like
but
people
yeah.
don't give a shit in that age area, and I feel like clubbing is usually around for like young 20s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially like if you're like first, second year and you're going clubbing, like no one knows like everyone doesn't know what they're doing. So it's like everyone's just shit faced and it's just a bunch of young people with so much hormones in one confined area. So it's like everyone's just humping each other, you know what I mean?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of blacking out, do you guys? Well, and maybe Andrew can go into more detail, but do you guys remember your first time like that you guys blacked out and don't remember
Yeah.
from that night?
Actually, there's two incidents now that I remember. Sorry.
I remember Andrew's
Second.
blackout.
Sorry, the second, the one when I just mentioned is
Yeah.
the second time actually. So the first time was when I first drank. I blacked out. The second one's more fun to explain though, because the first time is just literally me first time drinking. That's why I blacked out. But second time,
Like the first time you drank, like literally the first time
Yeah,
you drank, you
yeah.
blacked
Like
out?
that
Yeah.
night.
Oh wow, damn! You went hard the first day.
yeah, I went hard.
Jeez.
Anyways, yeah, they'll do that. Just like briefly talking about the first time I drank, but
Yeah.
I puked out literally everything, and I could still smell the alcohol the day after. And I think we had to go to church,
Yeah.
and I couldn't go that day because I was.
You went to church the next day.
I couldn't go because I was too fucked. Anyways,
Confess your sins.
yeah. The second
the night
time
before.
was on my birthday actually, and I think at that time I had a lot more friends, in my circle, and I think like 14 or 13 of us. There's a lot of people that came,
Yeah.
and we organized something to go to Easy. And then Easy on the 5th has this not discount, but event, if you will. Before 11:30, the drinks are mad cheap. I think it's $3 or something like that.
Yeah, it's like half price.
Yeah. And what happened was each person, oh, maybe it wasn't 14 people, maybe it was 7 people. And then each of them bought me 2 shots.
Yeah, 14 is like super junior, bro.
Yeah, so maybe it was 7 people.
I think it was like maybe like 6 or 8 of us.
But each of them bought me 2 shots each. So
Yeah.
it amounted to like 15, 16 shots. And I drank that within 30 minutes or 45 minutes. And then it hit all at once.
Was it like, is it tequila or like vodka?
It was just straight shots. It was everything.
I bought him whiskey because I only drink whiskey.
Man.
But then like our other friend got him like vodka and someone else got him tequila.
Dude, I want to like throw up already. Just like listen, just imagining.
No, but I think, yeah, I was just fucked. And I remember I hit up some Korean girl there when I was fucked. And I found out she was like 6 years older than me later on.
You're like, I'm down.
But yo, so jokes, because I don't know why I ended up hitting her up and we met up. And then fucking she talked about her friends getting married. Imagine, like, I'm a second-year student. And I'm with this fucking girl that's 6 years older than me, and she's talking about marriage. I was so shook, dude.
Dude, 6 years older than you. Holy shit,
Yeah.
dude. That's like in the 1980
At that age too, like when you're 21, I remember like because I was there too. From an outsider's perspective, I remember he was just fucking absolutely blasted at 12, and by 1, I think it was like 1 or 2ish. We went out to like the smoking area at the front because that's where like people go to socialize and take a break from the loud music. And Andrew like passed out on the ground, and then a cop walked over and then was like, "Yo, is your friend okay?" And then we're like, "Yeah, it's just his birthday. Like he's just tired. We're gonna take him home." And then he's like, "All right, cool." And then I took a photo of Andrew passed out on the ground. So if we hit 1,000 followers on Instagram, I'll drop that photo. Sorry.
Wait, send me
Yeah,
that.
I still have it. It's you can see my puke a foot away, and then me just being like on
Yeah.
my
Or on
yeah.
the
And then you
floor?
can see the puke on
the
my
floor?
on the floor,
ground.
on my
On
pants,
the club?
No, like on the outside
the club.
tarmac.
outside
Like
the,
outside the club.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
And then there's another
Holy
photo of me
shit.
lying down like this.
Yeah.
So how what, did you like take him home? Like you guys like Ubered him home or something? Or
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
think we
I
went
remember
up-
on the taxi, because I blacked out in moments, and I
Yeah.
remember in the taxi I was outside the window because I guess I was about to puke, and then the next thing I remember I woke up, and the funny thing is I was fine the next day
Yeah.
because I puked out everything,
But you don't remember much.
but I don't remember much. Yeah,
Yeah, our one friend took you home, and then the rest of us, because we were all, like we were lit, but we weren't like that fucked. We all went to like Hogane or like a Korean restaurant to get haejang after,
Yeah.
and then someone dropped Andrew off because he was fucked, and then we just linked up after.
Yeah.
yeah,
Good times.
dude. I have so many of these type of stories, but
Yeah.
I didn't realize one story would take this long.
That's fine.
No, it's good.
But anyways, maybe we could have a part 2 or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
How about you, Josh?
But
I
yeah,
feel-
that was
Oh, I've never blacked out.
Really?
Yeah, I still haven't. The thing is, like, I used to back during that phase, like when Andrew and I would go like clubbing, and at this point we were going clubbing once a week for months, right? Sometimes twice a week because the school, like in our uni, there's like an on-campus like clubbing event during the week. So sometimes we would go clubbing once during the week and then once in the weekend as well, right?
Yeah.
So at that point we were drinking like a lot. So my tolerance then was really good. So I was able to hold my liquor a lot better. But as time progressed, my tolerance got more shittier. But yeah, I never blacked out. I always just threw up. But I don't think there's ever a moment where I don't remember anything, you know?
Yeah.
Like I always remember. Now I don't remember anything back then because my memory's shit now. But I don't think I ever blacked out. What about you?
You don't want to black out though. Blacked out once. It was at my friend actually invited me over. My friend is in a business course, and then they had like this business what do you
Party?
call this? Not party. Those,
So you dressed up.
So is it-
what's it called? Do you guys know
Business
what
meeting?
Deca is?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's like what nerds
case
do.
competition
Sorry.
Yeah, it's like business competition from like all the schools come and shit.
Yeah. And first year, people were like, "Yo, I did DECA." I'm like, "That's cool."
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways,
Dirty.
they rented like a big hotel, and then all these school, like all these different students from different schools came together, and then my friend invited me over. And then I got into the hotel room, and they're just like all these bottles like in ice, like in the bathtub.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was and there was a lot of people, like so many students and things like that. And then I remember just drinking everything. Like I'll drink one, and then like some random kid pours me another drink and drink that. Like,
Yeah.
like I don't even know who the hell this
vibes.
guy was or that guy was. He just
You
started
become his
pouring me
best
stuff.
friend that night.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's just like fucking turned up and drunk. And
Yeah.
like I was okay. And then I don't remember. Like the next moment, I'm just gone. And then I'm at a club, and some random girl is like helping me up, like taking me to the club. And then I don't remember. And then I don't remember going to the club, but apparently I was at the club. And then somehow I ended up back at the room. And the funny story is like one of my friends had something going on with some other girl. And then I like fucking
No,
passed
no,
out on
no.
his bed. And then
Nice.
I threw up all over the bed. I was just like a fucking I just like cock blocked so hard. I was just a fucking like menace, dude. I was just
This guy's like, "What the? I should not have invited
yeah,
this guy."
dude. Seriously, he messaged me the next day. He's like, "Yo, what the fuck, dude?" Yeah,
That's jokes.
yeah. But then, dude, I'm just glad I'm alive, dude. Because I don't know what the fuck happened that night. It was just like so much drink, but it was like good quality drinks. It was like Grey Goose, like all the
Oh,
expensive like liquor and vodka and shit.
Got that Henny.
So I had to drink it, and it sounded like a good time. But I didn't know like the thing about alcohol is like you feel okay, and then it just suddenly hits you,
Yeah.
and then
Yep.
I didn't know that that's gonna happen, and yeah, that just fucking completely wrecked me.
Yeah.
That feeling is like hard for like hard liquor, but I think it's the worst with soju. It's like because it's so light, you just drink it, and then at once you like stand up to go use the washroom one time, and then your legs are noodles. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Man, even to this day, my friend like still like brings that up every now and there, and just like fucking roasts me.
That's jokes though.
But on a side note, because nothing happened between that girl and my friend, he's now with another girl, and they've been dating for 6 years. So God's plan,
you're
baby.
like-
God's plan.
You're welcome.
You're
You're
welcome,
welcome,
baby.
bro. If I wasn't there, you would have made a mistake, bro.
Exactly. They're happy. They've been dating for 6 years. Life is good.
I'm down. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, dude. That's jokes. I mean, just the topic of clubbing. I mean, going back to like the beginning, I remember what do you call it? The fucking like the number one rule, like unspoken rule we always had with clubbing was like, let's save as much money as possible.
Oh,
So I
yeah,
remember our method to get drunk and to prepare for clubs was like, when's the happy hour for the club? Like Andrew mentioned, easy before 11:30 was like half off drinks, right? We're like, where are the nearby club bars that have cheap drinks? Where can we go to LCBO, pick up liquor an hour before we go, and then just chug it and stuff like that? So I remember we used to like, it's kind of like, obviously it's funny now, but back in the day when we went to those big Yuksai events, we would go to the LCBO, pick up like a couple bottles of soju or like a Mickey of whiskey, and then we would run to like a bus shelter right across the street from the club, like far enough that no one would see us, right?
Just chug it.
We would just go and just chug it in 15 minutes and then just go in, and then just like you said, it chills and then it hits you all at once, right? So we let it detonate once we're inside, and then we don't have to spend extra money on drinks and stuff. And then if girls are like, hey, buy me a drink, we're like, oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Drinks are fucking
Dude,
expensive.
Bro, I remember, especially in college too, because
Yeah.
we're young and poor. I try to like persuade. So if people like those international students, they usually have a table
Like, oh yeah, like
And
all
then
service.
my fucking goal at clubs was to get drinks from them. Cause
They can afford it, man. Shit.
yeah, like my goal wasn't to have fun or just I mean obviously to have fun is part of the goal, but I like my part of the fun was to get free drinks from someone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
that was like
jokes.
one of my missions every time I went to like Easy or Rebel. And yeah, I had some positive outcomes and some not positive outcomes.
Yeah.
Bro, this one time, okay, this is just a story that just came up in my head. But like, I was with a friend, and we were trying to get free drinks, right? So we purposely stood in front of a table, and we were just chilling. And there was literally two girls in front of us that had a table, and I think their friends were somewhere else. So we made them like kind of like we gave them eye contact, and then somehow, some way, we were at at their table and we were getting free drinks. And then a bunch of like dudes came 10 minutes later. This was like 5 or 6 guys, and they're like, "Bro, what are you doing?" Right, to both of us.
Yeah.
And we got freaked out because it's gotta be like 6 versus 2 or
Yeah.
5 versus 2, something like that, right? And we were just trying to like play it off cool. We're like, "Yo, bro, like these girls invited us, right? Like trying to be smooth and like not cause a commotion."
Yeah.
And then we ended up like just dipping, and getting free drinks too. But it's kind of, yeah, it was fun. It was a funny event.
It's always nice when the girl you're talking to ends up having like a booth,
Yeah,
and then she brings you back. You're like, hey.
yeah.
Dude, speaking of girls looking like, insanely different when you're sober versus drunk.
Yo, this
Yeah, that's
is
true.
a whole topic
Dude.
in itself, bro.
Yeah.
I have a story like that. It's like me and a few of my friends, we went to a club on New Year's Eve. Like we had to like buy the tickets. I think we spent like $40. Like it was like a pretty big event, It was like the first time me going to a club on a New Year's Eve.
This is like in Toronto.
This was in Toronto. I can't remember where it was,
Nice.
but anyways, so we met up at my friend's house. We were pre-drinking at his house, at his condo. We got lit, like everything, everything's going good, And then,
Yeah.
we called the taxi. We were getting ready to go into the club. It was like the 4 of us, and one of my friends sits in the front beside, like on the taxi with a friend, like in front of the taxi, like beside the cab driver. And then there's 3 of us in the back. And then as we were going there, like I'm already like almost gone, like out of my mind, like everyone is. And then all I hear is just like this sound, and then I look up, and then the guy sitting in the front, like literally projected vomited, like
Oh my God.
on
It
the
was Kagma.
yeah, like literally like
Jesus.
like in front of the taxi. The taxi driver was fucking like furious, and then
Oh my God.
and then my friend's like, I don't know, he's like talking some nonsense. He's like, just give this man some respect, like yo, show this guy some respect. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And we're like dying in the back, we're like drunk out of our mind. and then we get to the club, and the club driver is like, whatever, just get out of the car. And then we just get out of the car. And then so we line up at the club, and like I get in, my friends get in, and then I look back, and then the guy who puked, like we don't know where he went. He's not like coming in the club with us. And then like I don't know what happened the rest of the night. So the rest of us go in, and then we don't see that guy for the rest of the night. And then the funny thing is, like, he's the one that actually got us the tickets. So he paid for everything. Like we paid him back, but and then turns out that the next day he texted us. He's like, "Yo, I couldn't get in because I had like puke all over my shirt."
Fuck.
Yeah. But then that night, like I was like, it was a good night. It was a fun night. Like we got drunk, and like I started like dancing with this girl, and things got like kind of gross and like
Heated?
Heated.
Gross.
Yeah,
Things got
gross. Now that I look back, it's like kind of fucking gross. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Bro, yeah.
And then like you do the typical like grinding, like just having a good time and whatever. And then my friend's like, okay, we gotta go, like let's dip. So then I get her number, and then like I went home that night, and first of all I'm like texting my friend like, where the hell are you? And this guy's like still not answering his phone, so I think his phone died. anyways, but then yeah, he ended up having to Uber home too from like Toronto all the way back up to like North York. Spent like $50 on Uber and shit.
Jeez.
And then I ended up texting that girl too. I'm like, oh, you know, like just typical like catching up and shit. And then I'm like, okay, like can I get your name? And then she like gave me her name. And then I go on Facebook to like just kind of like see what she looks like.
FBI forensics.
Yeah, exactly. And then yeah, that was not unexpected. I'm like, the club was dark. You know, you're drunk. You know, you got good music. You got like some like flashy lights happening. So like, you know, you don't really know what you're dealing with. But yeah, that was a big mistake.
Don't worry. I had the same experience as you, but for me, I actually went on a date afterwards.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. Like, I fucked up.
You're like, who is this?
This was, I think, it was like in the beginning of when we went to Easy. It was like the Japanese chick.
Oh, yes. I remember.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
There's nothing to
It's fucking
add.
jokes.
After I met her the second time, I was like, oh, oops, bye-bye.
Peace.
And then I stopped talking to her.
Yeah. The funny thing is, I'm positive it's the exact same thing for them, right? It's like, oh, I met this cute guy last night, and then what's his Instagram? He pulls it up. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for me, though. Sorry.
What?
But
It's fucking jokes.
Yeah.
Well, you guys
did
never
that.
yacked or like threw up at a bar, right? At a club.
I think
In
I
the
did.
bathroom, I did.
did outside the club. I think. Once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside or inside
Outside or
in the bathroom?
yeah.
The toilet?
Yeah.
For me, I always take pride in my puke location. If I blacked out, then I can't control it. But usually, I puke inside the toilet like pretty well, and if it gets on the rim, I clean it.
Really?
Even if I'm drunk.
Damn.
Yeah, I just have
At a
that.
club?
Not a club. At bars.
Like, at home or whatever? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, at home. Someone's home.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not at bars too. That's kind of grimy.
Yeah, that's kind of gross, dude.
Somewhere if it's clean, like my house,
Yeah.
and I dirty it up, then I'll clean it.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone does that.
No, but when you're drunk, you do it.
Yeah.
Right after you puke, you do it.
Yeah.
I would try it.
Okay, true.
I lick it clean.
What the?
Sorry.
Oh, nice. Extra protein. Sorry.
Exactly.
Extra
Straight
fruits.
down.
Gotta keep the. Never mind. All right. I have a question. What's your what are you guys' club outfit
Bro, just type in
or
just go to
party
Google
outfit?
and type in Korean drama fits. That's my fit right there.
Was it
Yeah.
like
The funny
skinny
thing is-
jeans and
I remember at Easy, because Easy on the 5th is like it's just a social bar in Toronto, but every Friday it's like it was the unofficial Asian night for anyone who's not in Toronto area. But, and there's so many Korean people there. I remember it's so funny when I would walk up to the line and I'd see all the Korean guys dressed up with their black pants, their black like dress shoes, and the white dress shirt.
oh
Half
yeah,
tucked in,
yeah,
but they all look the same. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, bro.
with a watch,
Yeah,
hair done.
yeah, that was
That was
Andrew.
one of me.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that. Honestly, that's probably what I would wear too, but maybe not like a white dress shirt, just like a nice design
T-shirt.
dress shirt.
Oh,
Nah,
maybe a
bro.
t-shirt or
Clubs.
I like
clubs, you gotta
t-shirt
go
and
with
pants,
the
but
shit clothes because they don't care. It's dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I always have two pairs of
like-
shoes.
Yeah.
Not always, but some of my shoes I have two pairs. One for clubbing and one for nice occasions. But they're the same style,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like some places are like picky about like for again Easy, you have to wear you can't wear sneakers and you can't wear a t-shirt. They had like a dress code, so you had to wear a shirt and you had to wear some kind of shoe that wasn't casual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Sounds. It's fun. I will wear like a black shirt. Wear some chains,
Chains.
Yeah,
2 chains and jerk. Sorry.
bro. The gold chains
Hip-hop swag.
around your neck. I don't know if it looked good on me though.
With the Jordan 1s. I'm down.
That'd be fresh.
But I don't
That's
think
some,
Easy's like that.
That's
Maybe
like
Rebel.
2005 Miami clubbing swag, bro. Sorry.
Ah, dude. Air Jordans. It's timeless, bro.
Your hair's blown out. Sorry.
Get a mohawk cut.
I'm down. Faux hawk? I'm down.
I'm
Back in the
down.
days, mohawk. Yeah.
But now I think it's like we've obviously transitioned from clubbing. I don't know. I think for most of us, like bars are kind of what we go for now, right? It's like it's just more chill.
Yeah.
And
Bars or lounges?
bars or lounges, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like I think now, and I might sound old. It's like I don't really care about meeting new people too much. It's like it's about just having a good time and
Yeah.
hanging out with friends and you know getting lit and shit. So
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
bars are good for that because clubs it's like you can't even meet people because you can't talk to them.
Yeah. It's too loud.
Yeah, you're yelling like what do you do?
Yeah.
What? It's like oh my god, fuck man.
And then you like pull out your phone and like start typing shit. I'm like, I don't
it's
know
like,
about
what
that. Yeah.
And we're getting old, so avoiding loud places. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna fucking pop my eardrum. Sorry.
I'm down.
I got a question for you guys. What's the most ratchet shit you've ever done at a bar or club? And it doesn't have to be like ratchet like twerking, but like just some shit where it's like if someone else saw you doing it, they'd be like, "Bro, what the fuck are you doing?" I'll start us off. This kind of echoes the thing that Andrew was saying earlier about, you know, like trying to mooch drinks off people. Obviously, at some point you try those too. Like if you meet a girl and she's like, I'll buy a drink. You're like, okay. And then you try to find the next girl who'll buy you a drink kind of thing. Especially when you're young and broke. But I remember this one time, I think it was at Rebel. I was so shit-faced. There was a big party next to me and they ordered like 16 shots or something. And they all kind of turned away because other people came. And so there were a bunch of these shots in front of me. And I just finished my drinks. So in this split-second decision, and again, I was like fucking like
Just to get
10 drinks in. I was like, do I take some drinks or do I not?
Yeah.
And then I took like 3 shots and I ran away.
Bro, I have a similar story like that. So fiend. I'm down.
So
This
bad, though.
this is more funny than fiend. So I was in Korea and I just stayed at a hostel for a bit, and I went clubbing in Korea with a bunch of foreigners, right? So like someone from Germany, someone from like Venezuela. You get the point, right? Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun
that's
night.
sick.
So I was with foreigners in Korea, and you know how Koreans are with foreigners, right? So this guy who had a table and a bottle in his hand, he was just going around and he saw us.
Yeah.
And I mean, I look Korean, so I probably blend in with the crowd, but the foreigners obviously stick out, right? Especially in a club that's crowded and they're like munched together. And this guy just gives the foreigners like free drink, like directly to their mouths, right?
Yeah.
I just kind of like hopped on with them. I was like,
Yeah.
"Yo, I'm not from Korea either." And I like stuck out my mouth. He's like, "Yo, I'm down," because he was drunk too, right? So I got free drinks off of this dude. That's so funny. And I think I got like 3 or 4 shots out of it. So that's jokes. And then actually no, adding on to this story, there was this girl like that was in this area, and then like, you know how you have when when you're looking at someone and they're looking at you kind of thing, that vibe. Yeah, so I had that when I was taking the shots from this random guy, and she tells me like 10 minutes later that like don't take those shots the guy gave me some drink afterwards to help with the alcohol, like a chaser. And it was a can of drink something. I forgot what it was, but the girl was like, don't drink that because they might have mixed something. But I was thinking, bro, I don't think they would do that to a guy, especially like a young adult male, right?
You never know, man.
You never know, but I wasn't that drunk.
True.
And I was like thinking in common sense, right?
She was just being paranoid.
Yeah, she was just being paranoid, and I could tell she was drunk as fuck too. So maybe, anyways,
That's sus.
yeah. So I was like,
True.
I was like, okay, yeah, I won't drink it, but like I just held it so I could drink it later. And then this girl all of a sudden was like, want to dance? I was like, what the fuck? And it was so funny because her friend was there too. She was just like fucking glaring at us. But like I wasn't doing anything. I was I was chilling, right? And then, yeah, that's it.
So you're telling me you were dancing with this girl with a fucking can of Pepsi in your hand?
No, I had the can of Pepsi. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
So like grinding her, but one hand's holding a can of Pepsi.
And then I just wanted to play around, like kind of just playing around with the situation.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Yo, do you see this drink?" And I opened it in front of her. I just like take a sip. I was like, "Bro, like, do you see it's nothing bad?" And then she started drinking it. So I was like, "Dirty paranoid girl." Sorry.
What the?
Yeah.
Anyways.
¿Qué onda? Sounds like a romantic story, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I left like 2 weeks later. Sorry.
Oh,
But
true.
anyways, yeah.
Bro, what about you? What's the most ratchet thing that you've done?
Those ratchet things. Oh man. Shit, I don't remember.
I think the puking on the bed might have been the most ratchet thing you've ever done.
Yeah, that's
bro.
probably up there.
No.
I remember the most like another maybe not ratchet, but like another very inconvenient like menace to society story. It wasn't even from me though, it was my friend. It was like me and my friend and like a couple other girls. And we were all like fucking shit faced. And I didn't even know that girl was like that shit faced.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are at a bar and then we were ready to like, you know, pay the bill and go out. But then she literally like kogma, like fucking projectile, like vomited on the table.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. And then like she was so drunk
gross.
and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." And like she like raised her hand and she literally knocked down like 2 glasses on the floor, like shattering like
Jesus.
glasses on the floor. And then me and my
But
friend.
that wasn't you. That was ratchet.
That wasn't me. That was my shit. But I don't know. That just
That's a
kind of popped
fucking-
up on the top of my
That
head.
is a menace to society, bro.
And
Fuck.
I'm just like,
Bro.
oh god, like let's get out of here. Like pay the bills. Let's go. And we're like, we're so sorry. Like oh my god, like the fucking waiters and
Dude,
waitresses
I'd be
are,
so
like, fucking
embarrassed.
pissed.
Holy shit.
Furious, yeah. It's fucking
Oh, I have
jealous.
another funny story actually.
Yeah.
So I was at Easy, and this is I think 3rd or 4th year. So I wasn't really that excited about Easy anymore.
Yeah.
So every time I went to Easy in my later years, I would just try to find this chair to sit on, or just a wall that's empty and just kind of chill. Right?
Yeah.
I don't want to be competing in the middle with fucking
1,700 guys.
yeah. But dude, it's so ratchet. So this random ass girl just came up to me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yo, you're cute." I was like, "Oh, okay, thanks." Right? And then she sat right beside me. And then like 5 seconds later, she's like, "Do you want to make out?" I was like, "What the fuck?" Right? I think she was fucked too, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't that fucked, but I was kind of bored. So I was like, "Okay, like let's see what you got."
Okay.
And then she sat right on top of me. Because she was sitting right beside me.
Yeah.
Right? But she sat right on top of me and started making out. And I see this flash from another person
This is Josh.
taking a photo. No, it wasn't Josh. It was some random,
come
fucking
on.
random person.
I wouldn't do that shit.
Yeah, it was some random person. So I was like, me not being that drunk, I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" So I like pushed her off and I like covered my face with my hand, right?
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh, like you're not that good at kissing." So I was like, "Okay, true, peace." And then like she wasn't that cute in my eyes, to be honest. I just did it because I was bored.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it was such a ratchet moment because, dude, like as soon as I saw the flash, I was like, damn, like that kind of just proves that situation was, what you see. That's
That's not really
Yeah.
ratchet though. That shit happens at a club.
I think-
man.
Nah, but like imagine if you see someone on a chair and a girl on top of him in a public space just fucking making out.
Well, I mean, it happens.
It happens, but it's just like I didn't expect it.
No, I agree.
I didn't expect it, and it was just I don't know. I don't do
True.
that
Yeah.
kind of shit on a regular day basis. Just at that moment, I was bored.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think at any moment, and I'm sure we're all guilty of it, but like if you're like, like hooking up with chicks at clubs and stuff, like obviously that happens, but I think it's kind of ratchet. If you're
It
like
is
making out with
ratchet,
a girl
yeah.
at club, it's like, and obviously it happens. I'm not gonna say I've never done it because obviously when you're drunk and shit, things should happen. But I remember seeing from like a more sober perspective and like going to a club. If you've ever been to a club sober, you really realize how how ratchet just everything is. Everyone's like yelling and,
Yeah.
and then it's like, you know, they're
Yeah.
making out and they're humping and it's like, oh my god, like what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, but no one goes to clubs sober because it's boring.
Yeah, or like sometimes you sober up quickly and then especially like when you get to like
That's true,
the near the end where like it's like
Oh, yeah.
3:30, like they're just about to close and then they turn on the lights and you see everyone that's you're like, what am I doing? What am I doing? You know,
Yeah.
like
They all have
contemplating
that
your life.
realization. They're like,
Yeah.
what am I doing with my life?
They all just like walk out the club
And then you see like a line with Ubers.
for coat check.
I'm down. Funny stories.
Yeah, I remember like it like when you go clubbing, and especially as I guess as frequently as we did, it's like you always see the same people, you always see the same girls,
Yeah,
you see
yeah.
the same groups, and I was like, damn, these guys really go clubbing a lot. And then I realized if I'm seeing these people all the time, I'm that person too.
Facts. But we don't want to believe that we're that person.
No, I had that realization. I was like, damn, I really need to recontemplate my life. Like, what's going on?
No, I mean, for me, I don't choose to believe that I am one of them, but I am one of them.
They
Trying
probably
to be
think the same
ignorant.
thing.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm seeing Josh and Andrew a lot. You know, I'm clubbing a lot.
Bro, but we haven't gone in a while, so it's probably safe now. That for anyone, actually.
Dude,
Yeah.
now if we go, like, we won't see anybody we know because they're all
Yeah.
going to be so young. It's just
I'm
going to
down.
be like,
Oh, I'm not down for that, but I'm down
what
for
the?
seeing new faces. That's what I'm
Yeah.
down for.
Before we wrap things up, just want to run some quick club etiquette with you guys. I mean, we already talked on, like, approaching people and how to not be a creep, but, like, for you guys, do you buy drinks?
Yes,
For girls?
especially if they're cute. Yeah,
girls?
of course, for sure.
Maybe after like she earns my trust, you know.
Brian's traumatized.
Yeah.
Bro,
Nah,
but,
well,
like-
that's a lesson learned, you know.
Yeah.
Yo, but
I'm
honestly,
not gonna just buy some random girl drinks.
Yeah.
no, but honestly, like I had a case where I bought this girl a drink,
Mm-hmm.
and she dipped like literally right away.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the fuck? But I just kind of, I was staying at where it was. Oh, sorry, she didn't even take the drink, actually. She just left. I bought 2 drinks, so I had 2 drinks with me.
Oh, they
So I
said
was just
two
holding
drinks.
Yeah, so I had 2 drinks,
Yeah.
and then like 5 minutes later, she just came back. So I was like, actually, maybe she just wanted to drink.
Yeah. And that's fine.
You're like,
No,
fuck
but
it.
she stayed with me afterwards too. So actually, never mind.
Yeah.
True.
I take that back.
I don't buy drinks, generally. Cool story, bro? Alright, cool. Next.
Like I'll buy my friend drinks.
Oh, yeah, no,
That's
of course.
cool.
But, like, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
buy a random girl drink just because I'm like,
But what if she's cute though, and you guys are vibing?
then we'll vibe.
You won't buy her drink,
Then maybe.
I don't know,
We'll
then
see.
maybe.
bro. Yeah, that's cap. You will buy a drink.
No, but
Yeah.
yeah, probably, actually.
Bro,
That's the
if
thing.
you're
You got,
vibing-
she's got to earn your like trust. You know, there's got to be something.
Yeah.
Going
yeah,
on.
yeah,
you
of
know?
course. There's gotta be some
Yeah.
report
Yeah.
before you buy a drink. But it's like the question was, would you buy a girl drink? And I said, yes, I would.
Yeah.
True.
All right.
Yes.
Next, bottle service. Worth it or not?
Nah,
Yeah.
that's quick
Nah.
answer.
If
I think it's for the experience though.
I don't know, man.
Nah, I think for me, I tried both having a booth and not having a booth, and honestly, I could say I had more fun not having a booth.
I agree. Yeah.
True.
And you spend like base when you start, even if you go with like 15
Yeah.
people, you're already starting off the night at like $80 because the bottle service
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
so fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I don't know about you guys, but my cheapness comes like the fact of having fun being cheap is more fun than having fun spending money.
Like balling out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like saving
It's kind of like a
saving money.
challenge.
Yeah, saving money to have fun is more fun than spending money to have fun,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
my opinion.
You can still have fun spending not a lot, you know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'd rather do that than spend money
Yeah.
than have, like, you know what I mean. So if someone came up to me for birthday and they're like, "Yeah, I don't care if we have a booth or go to or not have a booth," then I'll be like, "Okay, let's not have a booth." Sorry.
But it's
'Cause
nice to get a booth though. So
It is nice. It's definitely nice. It's just, is it
when
worth
the
it?
girls come out with the drinks and the lights are on, you're like,
Yeah.
and they're like, ooh, get your phone out, put it in your Snapchat.
But you're broke, so it's only like a small bottle of Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah.
Hide the Smirnoff Ice. Just grab the Grey Goose from.
And then we share the Smirnoff Ice.
yeah, 3 cups.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Don't
I
believe
would
everything
definitely,
you see on social media.
like, I would definitely love to do a proper booth in the future, but I think the question was, is it worth it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Only for like experience. Only for like really special
Yeah.
occasions, I'd say.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, last.
True.
And what's the best haejang? Haejang is like a soup to soothe your soul after
Hangover food.
hangover food. What's your best haejang for you guys after a good night of clubbing, a good night of drinking?
Bro, it's gotta be hamburgers and fries.
Really?
I never understood that. People
Yeah, I
always
don't
said
understand that
greasy
either.
food, but
Something
how does that
like
work?
high carbs, high fat. It's like mentally satisfying when you're drunk, and it just
No.
fills your stomach.
How about after a night, like when you wake
Like
up?
the morning of.
Yeah.
I've seen people though. Like I remember some of our friends were like, "I just want a big cheeseburger." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want something with white soup, like bone.
Yeah.
곰탕.
Bone soup.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
okay.
설렁탕?
설렁탕.
Yeah.
설렁탕.
Yeah.
Or like 돼지국밥, that shit.
Mhm.
Bro, fucking bless. Not
Yeah.
even with the rice, just the soup.
Just the soup. Yeah.
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 Like not even like the kondogi and like the toppings. You just need the soup.
Yeah. Or 감자탕.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Oh yeah. That's good. Yeah, I'm the same, but I need red soup, like jjampong
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
짬뽕's a
Say
little
that.
too greasy for me.
or sundubu. I remember like
순두부.
북창동 sundubu was like my go-to.
Yeah.
Uh,
Alright, guys. That was it for part 1. Hope you guys enjoyed some of our nasty, grimy stories that we had in our past.
it was fun, man. Going back to memory lane.
Yeah, I had to go through some of my like I have some old photos in like an external hard drive. I had to go through some of those just to kind of remember like what actually happened and
Yeah.
good times.
Yeah, it makes me want to go out.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you guys enjoyed, send us some DMs, comment on our posts, and
Yeah.
And if you guys have any grimy or fun stories yourself, let us know, and maybe we could share it with everybody else on social media, which you can follow us on Instagram at the Young and Finch.
And don't forget to follow us on Spotify to stay up to date with any new episodes. And if you enjoy the podcast, please give us a review and a rating at the Apple Music Store.
That's gonna wrap it up for this one. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace, guys.
Peace.
bye bye.